All right, hello everybody. Let me get this out of the way. But remember, if you like this, I want you to stick around because I got stuff to say. I got a rebuttal to some of the rumors that are going around, but we got to get this out of the way first. Well, they call me Joe Finger, 'cause I'm good with my hand. Call me Joe Fingers, yeah, I'm good with my hand. Not only that, I'm a piano playing man. Well, some people try to diss me 'cause the blues I play are old. And people try to diss me 'cause the blues I play are old. I said, now get yourself some history, pay some dues for your stole. Well, they call me Joe Finger, 'cause the memory lingers. Every joke is a zinger, well, a real humdinger. Oh yeah, they call me Joe Finger, good with my hand. Not only that, I'm a piano playing man. Oh yeah, I'm a piano playing man. Yeah, I'm gonna, first of all, I gotta acknowledge a couple of things. The last YouTube had a couple of comments. I want to thank you guys for the likes. I want to thank you for the subscription. Please continue to subscribe. It was noted by one person, Paul Williams. He basically told me that I did an awesome job last time. And that, but the one suggestion is that perhaps I could remind you guys right above the subscribe button, there's a bell symbol that you can push, and it will notify people of the upcoming show, because Paul was really wanting to see it. So as a consequence, he contacted me and asked when the show is going to be on. And I told him it's on right now. It's being on right now. And he said, okay. And then he reminded me to let you guys know that it might be a good idea to press that bell, because not everybody wants to have that much contact with me, I don't think, really. And sometimes they do, but then you got, whoops, it was an accident. And accidentally just called somebody trying to talk and use this phone at the same time. But there's something else I got to read that was really important, and I hope that I can find it. And I'm going to try one more time to find it. All right. There we go. It was a commentary because I told the story about driving the car into a tree or telephone. And this is what Paul Williams also said. He said I could tell people this. Your story really speaks to me. I remember when I was 20-something, maybe 22, whatever, I was so distraught, and I didn't want to go to work. But I thought if I smashed my car, that would be a good excuse to not go to work. And maybe if I didn't have a car, then I wouldn't have to go to work. Well, I got in an accident, went to the hospital, was cleared, and then they took me to work. I really understand where you're coming from, you know. That was like the night I was at an after-hours club, and this guy, I don't know where he is now, I'm going to say this guy, I won't say his name, because just in case he happens to be listening, I don't even know if he's still alive. And he didn't want to go to work the next day, so he thought if I ran over his legs and he broke his leg, he wouldn't have to go to work. And so I was so messed up that I thought that was a good idea. And so he laid down on the ground, but it happened to be raining, and it was a dirt parking lot, so the road was so muddy that, I couldn't even drive across his legs, or the legs sunk in the mud, or somehow or another, we were not successful in breaking his legs. And he ended up having to go to work anyway. And he basically always blamed me for my lousy driving skills to be the reason he had to continue in that job. And then the other Paul, he had something shorter. It was shorter, but it was very nice. I'm going to read that too before I get into the other stuff, because there is some other stuff, I think. And your story was on point. And once again, it was the story about reading upside down and getting in an accident and messing up the story anyway. Yeah, messing up the story anyway. So, this thing, I was able to watch on Monday the broadcast of Joseph Fingas, the not quite right Reverend Joseph Fingas, minister of Church of St. Daniel, the Parking Lot Saints. And he was casting a lot of aspersions onto me. That's not the way I remembered that Tuesday morning, because I was there, and I did not remember him knocking on the door. I was wondering myself why he wasn't there. I asked Sean Williams, or the guy who really, this is his studio. It's not my studio. This is not my studio. This is not the front for whatever he called it. What did he call it? The biological brotherhood. This is not some mafioso, not some gang kind of thing. Biological brotherhood, BB. Beware of the biological brotherhood. No, I don't even know where he's coming from with that. I don't mind saying that I'm St. Daniel's brother, because I'm St. Daniel's brother. And I don't mind saying I took him to dialysis, because I took him to dialysis. And I don't mind not saying that our discussions between me and St. Daniel were probably one of the most beneficial discussions for both of us, because it allowed me to realize a couple of things about myself, and allowed St. Daniel to realize the saintliness in him and his ability to allow people to have convenient parking. And the purpose of his gift is to grace those he loves with, an immediate gift, an immediate appreciation. And for him to realize that it wasn't just his family and friends that he loved, that he was capable of loving everyone. I don't want to get too sweet or sincere about this, because I got other stuff to say that's neither sweet nor sincere. But St. Daniel, had no problem with me. St. Daniel and I, we fought honestly. There was no backbiting, no backstabbing. There was none of that stuff going on like there is. I don't know what Joseph Fingersmith wants from me. I put the good word in to Sean for Joseph Fingersmith. I have no idea what the problem is, and but I'm not even going to try to resolve it, because he reveals more about it himself than I could ever find out about him by asking him questions. That's for sure. Who is that crazy guy in those weird sunglasses anyway, walking around like it's a real church or something? Although I think it is, maybe charter-wise. But, and I got no argument with the gifts of St. Daniel, but this guy gets most of his stories, and most of the writings were saved by me. And I gave it to him freely, I don't know. I have no idea. I never did like him, though. I'll tell you that much. I never did like him. I'm just doing this because he seems to have a knack for carrying the message. Better than me about my brother. So I was thinking, and I don't know if I can remember this. Well, one of my favorite comedians was Norm Macdonald, and a lot of people know that he passed away a little while ago. And what I had done before his passing, and not many people knew he was sick. I didn't know he was sick. I used to think that sometimes he was a little bit odd, but I thought that was part of his act, or maybe I thought it was some drugs he was on or something like that, him being a comedian. But I didn't know for sure. Nothing was ever said about it. And so he died of cancer, was going on for 10 years. But he was on a lot of shows like Conan O'Brien and David Letterman and stuff like that. So I was watching, some of the shows, and and I liked his style. His style is like he's just talking, like he's some addled kind of guy, and he's always bringing up people that he met just before he came onto the show, and he tells some really, I don't know if they're bizarre jokes, but they're coming from left field, and I don't really know what the deal is. And then he told us one joke, and then it ended up, he told about 3 jokes I don't know if they were jokes, but 3 stories right in a row, 3 short stories. And then the other one was about some guy who won a big lottery prize, a big lotto prize, and he said what everybody says is like, he's not going to quit his job, he's going to take the winnings and not going to quit his job. And Norm Macdonald said this, and it was kind of taboo back then to say it, and it probably a little bit taboo to say it now. And he says, but what one occupation is where people say they're not going to quit their jobs? And this is Norm Macdonald, not me. And David Letterman or Conan, I can't remember which one it was. Watched a bunch in a row. David Letterman or Conan says, no, which person is not going to quit, is not going to say they're going to keep working their job if they win the lotto? And he goes, crack whores. Crack whores. Now, it doesn't sound funny when I say it. It was funny when he said it, and you heard the audience also gasp when they heard it. So it gave me a little bit of courage to go into this next little thing that I got. I've had this for a while. I don't know if I remember all the words, but the fact that Norm Macdonald could get away and talk about, I guess that's true. Crack whores would probably want to give up their job if they won the lotto. It's not a very glamorous job. And I have known a couple of people that people back in the day called crack whores. I don't know what the proper term is anymore for a crack whore, but I'm no spring chicken, so I can't keep up with all the terms. And but it reminded me of this one person. I'm not going to say the name, but in the neighborhood I lived in at the time, it wasn't a bad neighborhood, but it was a little bit of it wasn't really a rundown neighborhood, but it had all kinds of folks in the neighborhood. And while it wasn't inundated with homeless people, it had a few homeless people and a few people who seemed to be on meth or crack or something like that. And there was one person in particular, and the pronouns that she wanted to use were she. So I'm identifying her as a girl. I'm being real careful here. As a woman, she was a fully grown woman, a very skinny, fully grown woman with really bad teeth, and did not seem to have too much access to hygiene. and was always wanting to bum a couple of bucks from me. And I never talked to her too much most of the time because I didn't give her any money most of the time. But one time, not St. Daniel, I had another brother named Sean. Well, one time I had some kind of discussion, argument with him, and I was kind of upset when I walked out towards my car. And here comes this person, this woman, self-identified woman, comes walking down. I mean, she weighed 98 pounds if she weighed that much. I mean, she was skinny. And she come walking down the street, and she always looked like she was singing. And she was always had scarves and bandanas and stuff, around her head and around her neck and all kinds of accoutrement, stuff hanging from her wrists and stuff. And she came up and she just because I never gave her any money didn't mean that she wasn't going to ask me for money when she saw me. And she said, "Hey, what's your name anyway?" And I said, "Joe," because I was like preoccupied with the argument with my brother. And I didn't really want to talk to her, but I ended up answering her questions because I probably wouldn't have told her my name. And she said, "Well, Joe, hey, look, I know you don't like me bugging you, but you got a couple of dollars I can get from you because, I got to buy something to eat, and I'm going to go work at this Irish-American restaurant." I'm not going to say any of the names of the places, which I don't really think. I didn't think she was going to get a job there. She didn't look the part. I mean, I hate to be like that because maybe I was wrong. Maybe it was a stereotype. Maybe I was judging too harshly. Maybe she was going to get a job. But, I was like down in my spirits and I wanted to get rid of her. So the best way to get rid of somebody bumming me for money, I found out, is just give them a couple of bucks. So I pulled in my pocket and I pulled out actually what I thought was $1. And I gave her the $1 and I said, "That's all I can give you." And she said, "Thanks. That's more than you ever gave me before." And she left. And so later on that night, I'm counting my money in my pocket, and I realized I didn't give her $1. I gave her one $20 bill. And I said, "Oh my God, she's not going to leave me alone. She is not going to leave me alone." And I was right. She did not leave me alone. I said, "Look, that was a mistake. I didn't mean to give you that much money. You should be able to live. That's what I would give you in a whole lifetime, probably, totally, that way." She said, "I know, but I got you once." And she was kind of good-humored about it. "I got you once. There's a good chance I'll get you again." And I said, "Well, wait a minute with this. I got you stuff. Just say there's a good chance you'll get money from me again." It's like there's no getting me for anything else. And so she laughed and walked away. And I would see her everywhere. I mean, really, for a person who was panhandling around the area where I lived in, she was pretty brave to be a panhandler. I mean, she panhandled in front of banks. In my banks, it wasn't panhandling from me, panhandling from my banks. And she was kind of courteous with me because if it was at a place of business or something, she averted her eyes and acted like she didn't know me. She kind of respected my privacy. It was kind of weird. And then one day she comes knocking on my door, and said, "Look, I know you don't like to do this, but I really need to get some money to eat." And I said, "Look," I said, "there's a reason why I don't want to give you money. It's not because I don't want to give you money. It's because I think you got a drug problem, and I'm pretty familiar with people who got drug problems, and I don't want to contribute to your problem." She got all indignant. She says, "What makes you think I got a drug problem?" I said, "Well, you're like 5'10", and you weigh 98 pounds, and you don't have any teeth, and it doesn't look like you have access to a shower." I mean, I didn't want to be rude, but that's what it looked like. And she says she was kind of insulted, and she said, "Oh, well, I can't help it that I got teeth problems, and, things are rough, and the plumbing broke in the place where I live, and I can't take a shower right now, and how dare you say those things about me? I don't even smoke pot, And I said, "Oh, okay." I said, "Well, maybe I'm wrong, But, it looks like that's what I'm thinking. That's what I identify with. But I apologize to you if I'm wrong. I apologize. And then she just stood there, and I just ended up giving her $2. So every once in a while I give her money if it felt like it. I give her money if I wouldn't give her money if I didn't feel like it. It got to be one of those things. She was kind of amusing to me in certain ways. I'd see her out at some convenience stores, and they'd be calling the police on her because she was using the bathroom to change clothes or something, and she was loitering, and she'd always be talking to the police. So one day when I was thinking about a song, I based my experience with her on this song. It's like poetic license, artistic license. So here's the song. Wait a minute, I got to think about something. I didn't. Let me catch my thought. What was that again? Thinking. Okay. Okay? It's all the way up there. Okay, now maybe. Oh, I must have hit something. Sorry, I'm talking to myself. I've never done this song before. I mean, played it for people. Gave my last dime to a crack whore. My bad, she might have been on meth. She swore she was related to Zsa Zsa Gabor. She said her given name was Beth. She thought I was a sucker walking. Thought she could win me with a hug. I said I got no time for talking. She said, I bet you think that I'm on drugs. She said, I just got me a job at Subway, where I lived, a plumbing sprung a leak. I just need me a loan till payday. Can you tell I got new teeth? Well, really, it's only the upper, 'cause my bottom jaw's still swollen. Gave my last dime to a crack whore. I ain't counting the money she stole. People stopping, people staring. Somebody called the police. She's not mine, I don't know this woman, I'm declaring. She said, but officer, I am his niece. She said, you can't say I'm not. No, you cannot do that thing, for DNA. The cops stood still in one spot, and then they turned around and walked away. She said, I could be your sister, maybe your stepsister, cosplay, that sort of thing. And you could be my deadbeat Mr. Went out and pawned a wedding ring. Replace the door, fix the commode, fix the plunge on the toilet bowl. I gave my last dime to a crack whore. I ain't counting the money she stole. I pulled out $2 and said that should be plenty. She said I wanted a Benjamin, but I'll take a 20. I pulled back my billfold, it went and hit the ground. She scooped up the cash and said, I'll see you around. She left me nothing but an empty wallet and a hole in the shoe of my soul. I gave my last dime to a crack whore. I ain't counting the money she stole. I gave my last dime to a crack whore. I ain't counting the money she stole. I gave my last dime to a crack whore, but I told my I told my wife I was rolled. Yeah, I messed up the break in there about, I messed up the part about my deadbeat Mr. went out and pawned a wedding ring to fix the leaky faucet, replace the door, put a plunger in the toilet bowl. But then you went and gave your last dime to a crack whore. I ain't counting the money she stole. Those are the proper words. I'm surprised I remembered it. But I want to thank Norm Macdonald, may he rest in peace, for reminding me of that song. I mean, I wrote it 4 years ago. And one of the postscripts to it is, right at the beginning of the pandemic, I saw that poor woman. And it was cold. And I guess the pandemic had been going on for a while because it was cold. So I guess it was the winter just coming in. It was a cold day and it was raining. And she said she needed a ride to the convenience store where she's usually met. Usually the police show up when she's there. But I felt bad for her because she's walking in the cold. And I said, okay, I'll give you a ride. And she said, don't worry, I'll sit in the back seat. And I said, okay, I'm not really worried, but yeah, sit where you want to sit, but I'm not really worried. And then she started asking me what I thought about the pandemic. Now, I think it's a pandemic. I think it's a virus. I just don't want to get kicked off of Utah. I want to tell you this because I read today YouTube is being very careful about people and what they say about the virus. And I believe in the virus. I love YouTube because I'm not trying to get kicked out of it. But I'm just telling a story about someone else who said, I don't know, I think they're making a big deal about it. Now, this is a person who, for whatever reason, she's not really healthy. Okay? So, I'm taking everything she says with a grain of salt. But in the story, for the interest of the story, she started saying, well, I think they're making such a big deal about this. When I grew up as a kid, we had to get used to germs. And basically, this is what made me tough. And I survived a lot of things. And I'm out here and I feel fine. Well, I didn't want to say you don't look fine because we went through that again. Went through that before. I didn't want her to get indignant. But she was telling me like it's just mind over matter. Well, I listened to her advice. I didn't take the advice, While she was talking about that, I was glad I was driving and she was in the back seat. I'll tell you that much, And then she got out. And then one other time, I gave her a couple of dollars. She said, this time I'll pay you back. And she gave me the address where she said she was staying, where the plumbing sprung a leak. And she was still working at Subway. And she gave me that. I said, don't worry about it. I'm not going to come by to get any money. Don't worry about it. I said, I'm not going to go by wherever she was living to get any money. And so don't worry about it. And so that was the last time I saw her. So about 2 or 3 months after that, I drove down that street and I looked over at the address where she was supposed to be staying. And there was a garage. But it looked really creepy. That house looked creepy. And I was thinking, I'm glad I didn't go up there. But I haven't seen that person. And I hope, she was always talking about going back with her family. And so I hope she went back with her family. I hope nothing bad happened to her. I hope she didn't come down with COVID because I think she's a goner if she did. That's only my opinion. It's not an expert opinion. I don't know anything about it. Other than, I got my vaccination card. And I got vaccinated. It's not a phony card. And so I don't know anything else about her other than that. But I'm not that smart. Maybe I can do this song. I don't memorize the words, but it's from an event that happened recently, based on an event that happened recently. Okay, and it's a little bit slower. I think I can turn the pages and see all the words. And the title of it is I'm So Stupid. I don't have to tell the story about it. It kind of tells it in the song. You were sitting on the bed, and I was sitting at the table. You looked at me and said, why are you so concerned with labels? I was surprised, I didn't want to answer. I closed my eyes and became a fancy dancer. And just like that, I canceled our plans. It wasn't the end of the world, it was just me being a man. You left that morning, said I'll be back. And don't be a baby, and clean up your act. I just remember I lost part of the song. But this is my podcast. I'm gonna do it again. I think I lost part of my song. Oh yeah, I forgot a whole line. I'm gonna start over again. It's my prerogative. I hope you're still listening to the end, because I got more stuff at the end. This is where it gets fun, ladies and gentlemen, where well, I'm not going to say what I was going to say because it's going to mess up the hook of this song. And I want to do it since I started. You were sitting on the bed. I was sitting at the table. You looked at me and said, why are you so concerned with labels? I was surprised, I didn't want to answer. So I closed my eyes, became a fancy dancer. And just like that, I canceled my plan. It wasn't the end of the world, it was just me being a man. So you went that morning and said, I'll be back. So don't act like a baby and clean up your act. I looked at you and I looked at you and said okay. Then I went about my business and I stayed out of my way. 'Cause fuck, I'm so stupid, copping an attitude. Fuck, I'm so stupid, trying to get mad at you. I don't know why I said what I said. Sometimes I'm a guy not quite right in the head. From now on, I won't let it happen. I'll stay on my guard and I won't be caught napping. Never again do I want to say, fuck, I'm so stupid, copping an attitude. Fuck, I'm so stupid, trying to get mad at you. I don't know why I said what I said. Sometimes I'm a guy not quite right in the head. said I'll be back. So don't be a baby and clean up your act. I looked at you and I said okay. Then I went about my business and I stayed out of my way. Obviously, that's a song in its beginning stages, but later on I'm going to play it once it's the finished product, but right there, that's it. I'm so stupid. With a parentheses with the F word in there. You know, I only sing the F word. I don't try to say it on YouTube. I only sing it. I might read it in a poem too, but I don't want it to be part of my extraneous vocabulary on the YouTube, because that's what's going to separate my non-YouTube vernacular with my YouTube vernacular. So I'll say F word when I talk, but when I'm singing, I'll say fuck. That's how we do it, because that'll give me poetic license right there. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And, you know, I really like that song too. It's based on a true incident where I was truly humbled and taken aback, and really wondered why. You ever wonder that? You ever wonder why, like, you know, this is a nice, really nice thing. Why am I going to go screw it up by being a jerk? But anyway. Oh, wow. Look at this. Boss Man says everybody's got it rough. You know, I really think Boss Man ain't got it rough enough sitting around talking about his glory days. So I changed the subject. Say, what about that raise? And he says, you got your nerve expecting to get what you deserve when most people these days have learned to settle for less just by getting by. Just getting by is considered success. Better luck next time, baby. Better luck next time. Luck next time. An ill wind blows, and from the east, no big deal, says our commander-in-chief. Keep your head, and it'll be done in a day. And don't listen to what my enemies say. A week later, he sings a different tune, throws in something about giving us the moon, brings in experts to shower him with praise, and the press corps asks about the end of days. Better luck next time. Better luck next time. Better luck next time. It's all quiet out on the street. Had to take it inside to make the transition complete. There are no gigs, there is no dough. It's Saturday night and there's nowhere to go. So you pick up your cell and you click on the link and you start to tell folks what you feel and what you think, so you have your say. And you sing your song, and along the way we all sing along. Better luck next time. Better luck next time. A long time ago, one New Year's Eve, an old so-and-so called me naive. He said, kindness and charity are never enough. For the sake of clarity, I said, all you need is love. I still believe that's true. In fact, I believe it more than I have ever believed in anything before. Because life ain't just a game of I know you are, but what am I? And I refuse to be a lame excuse dressed up like an alibi. So I go to my cell and I click on the link because I want to sit a spell. And what's saving us from the brink? None of us are ever going to be the same again. Please make us better people. Please make us truer friends. Better luck next time. Better luck next time. I did that as a song. I don't have the chords here. But I did it on one of the first live feeds I did at Enlightened Studios. That was like so fun. And I think it opened me up to what I didn't even know I loved to do, was this live feed business. You know, I know sometimes I come in here sloppy. I know sometimes I come in here not having an idea about what I'm going to do. I know I don't go through the stuff to make sure that I got it. You see me tripping. Well, you don't see me. Well, you see me if you're watching the video. But I'm tripping over words and I'm taking things personal by the preacher man. I was an altar boy forever. An altar boy for a long, long time. I was an altar boy when I was growing up to be a man. I was an altar boy because my mom wanted me to be an altar boy. I was an altar boy after I stopped believing in what I needed to believe in to be an altar boy. I was an altar boy for a long damn time. Long damn time. And, you know, none of the real bad stuff ever happened to me. You know, that happened to other altar boys. So that never did happen to me. And the other stuff, I just didn't pay it no mind. I had some big badass priest one time get mad at me and holler. You hear the dogs barking. That's what happens every time I say priest. So maybe some bad things happen to the dog because of a priest, but not me. Not me. So none of that stuff, he just threw me off the altar because I was too slow in lighting the candles. But here's what I learned. For every person like that, there was another person that was just the opposite. And I'll tell you, I didn't think I was going to say this, but I was getting into, you know, what you know. I just do things spontaneously. This was a guy named Stan O'Hara. So you can bet you knew he was a guy who was, you know, Stan O'Hara, either's a big drunk, a wife beater, or an avid churchgoer, or all three put together. Because, you know, I grew up in an Irish family, and they're kind of separated. That's what my aunt used to tell me. My aunt, who was the one who christened St. Daniel of the parking lot, she used to tell me there's two kinds of Irishmen. She didn't mention the church-going Irishmen. Two kinds of Irishmen. The ones who stay out drunk all the time, or and come home and beat their wives, or they're ones who stay out fooling around with other women all the time and keep on cheating on their wife, you know. So I didn't have too many options on being a man, you know. And then I found out with church, Stan O'Hara, there's the church-going kind who neither drank too much nor beat his wife, but he went to church a lot, but he believed in the tenets of the church. And what he believed in, one thing, is curiosity. I call it curiosity. Curious about the people you're being charitable to. Because, you know, most people who are charitable to me wonder, why you ain't got no money? Why you ain't got no money? They're curious. So anyway, so the Stan O'Hara comes knocking on my door, well, my parents' door, and they let him in. Because, you know, I was 9 or 10 years old. The priest threw me off the altar, said I was too slow in lighting the candles. You know, I was kind of slow in lighting the candles because I was scared I was going to do them wrong, because this preacher would get mad. I mean, really mad. I'm telling you, mad. When he was standing up there preaching to the people, I look up there, and all around him was blackness. I'm not kidding. I'm 9 years old, and I'm wondering. Later on, I found out it was what they call auras, you know, what some of these, I can't remember what you call those people, but some of these alternative healing kind of people talk about auras and stuff, and then I know chakras and everything. I guess I could ask Reverend Fingersmith about it. He probably knows what I'm talking about. But he saw that, but I'm not going to ask him anything because I'm going to take some time, though, to see his aura and see what surrounds him, whether it's blackness like this priest, you know. And that priest's name was Father Flynn. But the thing that really helped me was this Stan O'Hara said, you know, that priest, Father Flynn, should have never said that to you. So this is back in the day when you did not question a priest. And he said that to me. He told me, a 10-year-old, that this priest should have never said what he said to me and should have never threw me off the altar. And that he talked to the priest for me, and that if I wanted to, I could come back I could come to serve on the altar as an altar boy if I wanted to. But he said the choice was up to me, that he would not blame me if I never set foot on that altar again. You know? And I thought about it, and I liked Stan O'Hara, and I went back to the altar. And, you know, I'm going to have to sing this like they sing in church. Fuck you, Father Flynn. See? The dog's barking again. The dog's barking again. That says something. I'm going to tell you, that says something. Whenever I mention Father Flynn, in loud enough terms for the dog to hear, it starts barking. That's creepy. We're going to have to do something for Halloween on that one. That's pretty creepy. But anyway, that was my story about Stan O'Hara. He was a great guy. He wasn't a priest, but he believed in charity. He believed in fairness. He believed in patience. He believed in tolerance. So for every bad apple, there's probably a good apple. Let's put it this way, for every 3 bad apples, there's probably one good apple. But that good apple is the one I pay attention to. From then on, it's the one I pay attention to, except the times I didn't pay attention to them. But that's what some of this stuff is cool, man. And it wasn't that long ago that I wrote it. And I wrote most of this stuff. Yeah. Better luck next time. Yeah. I don't know. I might play a couple more songs. See if there's one I remember instead of having to. Oh, I kind of remember this. Oh, I don't know. I don't want to fight. I done enough of that last night. I don't want to brawl. Oh, got nothing against y'all. Baby, what I want to do is make sweet love to you, yeah, all night long. I don't want to hassle. Baby, don't pull on my tassel. I don't want to scrap. Some guy go crazy, bust a cab. I just want to hold your hand and walk. Maybe we can talk. Spend the night doing right, baby. Our life is way too short for me to help the cops fill out my arrest report. I just want to stay feeling fine. A cookout, have some fine food to dine. I don't want to fight tonight. Oh yeah, I don't want to rumble. That's not what I want to do. I just want to tumble, fall down on the couch with you. If we make out, it's okay. What you want wanna do anyway with me, baby, yeah. I forgot the words, but you get the gist. Have you heard I ain't never been kissed in a long time? Oh, I think tonight's the night. Oh, baby, baby, you make me feel alright. Kinda feels like the blues jam we have on Wednesday evening at the downtown music hall. Oh, don't mind me repeating. 9 to 12, sometimes a little longer. If I dwell on it, I'll get a little stronger. You and me, yes indeed. Next Wednesday night it'll be alright. I don't wanna fight. Done enough of that last night. I don't wanna shout. What's all that yelling stuff about? Just wanna make sweet love to you, that's all I wanna do, yeah. Baby, yeah, 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 yeah. Next time, will there be a next time? Next time, will there be a next time? Tell me true, don't lie, don't lie. Oh, if you knew I was gonna be the guy, would you turn your head? Would you walk the other way? You heard what I said. I didn't hear a word you say. Oh, I don't wanna brawl, I got nothing against y'all. I don't wanna scrap. Some guy go crazy, bust a cab. Just wanna make sweet love to you, baby, that's all I wanna do. I don't want to fight. Friday night, Friday night, it's all happening. Friday night, work day's done. Time to have a little fun. Friday night, you're at the bottom rung of the ladder. 2 days, it ain't gonna matter what you done. Have some fun, do some stuff you ain't done in a while, or you ain't done enough. see the sight, do your thing, or see what little time will bring. Yeah, it's Friday night. Oh, what kind of song you gonna sing? People falling in love or lust. Yeah, them squeaky hinges starting to rust. I lube them up, give them a run, see if you can still have same old fun. It's Friday night pretty soon. Oh, the weekend, come on. Now some of you will be requesting Margaritaville. Some of you preferring classic rock. Some of you want a funky, maybe a little bit of jazz. You can find it if you look hard enough. Well, some of you just might want to sit in some dark, quiet place and talk. Without warning, Friday night turns into Saturday morning. And if you're lucky, you see the sun come up. Oh, through the window, looking up past your coffee cup. I remember some of the best days of my life, getting away from the workplace, getting away from the strife, hanging out with my friends, the ones on whom I depend. There ain't better people for your weekend, yeah. Friday night. We're coming up on Friday night. It's 2 in the afternoon. The whistle blowing soon. You're on your way. I can't wait for the weekend. Ain't that what we all say? Put on some clean clothes, baby. Splash on the cologne. I don't care where you go, just make every place your own. They're gonna see, they're gonna notice. They're gonna say, who is that man? You bet your ass they're gonna talk to you every chance they can. Okay, people, I'm getting ready for the Friday night. I want to get out there and do some stuff. I got thinking about things I hadn't done in a while, just vamping on that old F major blues right over there. And so I'm going to wish you guys a wonderful weekend. And I hope you join me next Friday for a little more conversation. That's all this is. Oh, yeah. I'm going to tell you. I played something in the middle of that one song. I'll play it again next week. But I stole kind of a little progression from an old 60s song. And that's when I switched from major to minor. When I went from the A minor. Yeah. So here's a contest. I'm going to give you a shirt. Your choice of a Joe Fingas shirt or a Finger Fire shirt. I got them somewhere. I'll show them next week. But I did this part in that I'm So Stupid part. It's like, I changed the tempo a little bit, but it's the same chords. I took it right out of this other song from the 60s. So it's A minor, B minor, C, and D. And it just goes up like that for about, 12, maybe 16 measures. And so it's in the middle of a popular, it's a pop song, a pop rock song. It's nothing heavy or anything. In fact, it's kind of lighthearted. That's the clue. And I'll give you some other clues. But if we go on the second week with this contest, because I'm going to, by that time, by that time, this song, I'm So Stupid, is going to blow up. People love it. I already heard feedback already from the ether that people love that song. It's going to blow up. I'm surprised they love it more than I Gave My Last Dime song. It's really surprising. And, I thought that was going to be the hit. But this might be the hit of the week anyway. But those chords, so... Put in your comments where you think I got those chords from. And if you're correct, I'll announce the winner next week. If not, I'll give more incentive for this contest to continue. And I'll play the song over and give you more hints, more clues. More hints, more clues, and you'll get more prizes. But tune in, subscribe, hit that subscribe button, and push that bell button too so you can get notified about my pod. You'll even get Joseph Fingersmith because he's on the station. Because I'm going to be the bigger man here. I'm going to be the bigger man here. No matter what he says, in his highfalutin voice, in his highfalutin ways, no matter, and sometimes he dresses up like me, disguises himself to be me, but you can always tell he gets a little too highfalutin to be me. No matter what he says, I let him on my YouTube channel. And so I'm the guy doing the right thing. He's the guy preaching the right thing. I'm the guy doing the right thing. Do you want the preacher? You notice I didn't say priest. Do you want the preacher or do you want the real thing? Well, you decide. Okay? We're going to find out. So, and that's another proof. No matter how much I don't like you, if you're going to be on this channel preaching something I agree with, I'll put you on this channel. All right, that's me, over and out, because they call me Joe Fingers. I'm good with my hands, and I like to run my mouth. Bye.